Good afternoon, Dr. Bogner. My name is Brian Gilbert, and this is my video Organizational Dynamics Journal, dated March 10th, 2019. Let me start with the three most important things I learned in this course. The McKinsey S7 framework. I loved the McKinsey S7 framework because it deconstructed all of the dynamics that make up a successful organization, and then you examine them individually and then you reconstruct them again, and that's the organization. That's how it's all interrelated, interdependent. The components like staff and their skills and the systems they use and the structure of the company and the shared values, the vision of the company overall. I love that aspect of the course. Very effective and great to know. The second one here, effective change management. One of the video speakers that we had discussed that you can't manage change, you can only mitigate it. I totally agree with this analysis. What is most important to implementing change is, getting off stage, as the speaker put it, and mixing with the frontline employees or the employees doing the average work, the mundane task, the boring stuff, the dirty work, getting their buy-in. Only then can you successfully implement change. You've got to win their hearts and souls and minds. And third, the management and leadership styles. And we all know that management and leadership, one is micro and the other is macro. A truly successful leader basically inspires and motivates employees. He may not be around them all the time, but he can still motivate and lead employees in a way that makes them feel like they're not being led, but they're a part of something bigger than they are individually. Manager is more task-oriented, more micro, but a manager can even, direct and inspire and encourage an employee to grow beyond the bare minimum of what is expected of them as an employee. How I plan on using organizational dynamics? Well, I think with the knowledge that I've retained from this class that I'll be able to more effectively communicate and collaborate internally with my other team members while growing in my capacity as a project manager and potentially into company leadership. I don't see myself as forever being a project manager. I want to take those skills after I've perfected them and move on and grow into a position that I feel will have more of an impact on the company as a whole. My philosophy of organizational dynamics is that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Again, these parts are all interdependent and interrelated. Using the Beatles as an example of an organization. They are my favorite band, but we wouldn't have the band if we didn't have Ringo providing comic relief in juxtaposition to George's spirituality or John Lennon's agonized bemusings in his songs, or Paul always aspiring to be the avant-garde artist in the group. Collectively as a whole, they were bigger, stronger, more influential than the individual components fragmented. The same can be said about an organization, right? Like each team has something to offer the organization, and it's important individually at that micro level, but when you put it all together, that's the finished product, and the organization is dependent on those pieces coming together effectively and cohesively. I'm not going to go through each and every one of my journals. Instead, I'll just talk about the highlighted lines that I have here. Everyone within an organization has something to contribute. Everyone is equally important to a company's overall vision. They have to share that vision. Only then can an organization be successful in accomplishing its goals. A leader needs to lead from the front and jump in when the going gets tough. I firmly believe this. This is the kind of leader that I follow personally. A leader is not above the fray. They are just a regular employee, maybe with some bigger responsibilities. Trust, respect, recognition, realistic goals, and adequate financial compensation are all ways to keep employees loyal, happy, productive, motivated, and engaged. And statistically, at this point, we all know engaged employees are there for the long haul. And those are the ones that we want to develop, to grow. We want to retain that talent. And these are a few descriptors of what I feel will keep employees fulfilled. Leadership in the change process can't be overstated. Again, they've got to get down in the trenches with the everyday workers, the ones that are expected to implement that change, and win them over, right? True leader inspires and leads, drives results, all while developing individuals to be the best that they can be, both personally and professionally. Again, I believe managers as well as leaders can use that to their advantage in their roles, respective roles. You must win the hearts and minds of the employees and get their buy-in. I keep reiterating that because it's such an important aspect of organizational dynamics. And lastly here, there aren't small employees, but only small thinking employees. Again, everyone has an input. And organizational dynamics, I feel like we need to look at the outcome as a whole rather than the output of the individuals. Thank you. I appreciate everything that you've taught me throughout this program. I wish you the best, and maybe I'll get to see you on graduation day this May. Thank you.